I've been doing marketing for a long time, and I cannot tell you how many departments and agencies that I've been in who do not use drip email marketing campaigns. It can be incredibly effective for nurturing prospects, for training programs, and for a variety of other uses. Today, that's what I'm talking about, and by the end of this video, I hope to prove to you how important it is that you take the time to set up a drip email marketing campaign for your own business. So first, what is a drip email marketing campaign? Well, a drip email marketing campaign is a series of emails that follow an action. An action might be somebody subscribing to a blog. It might be somebody filling out a lead form. So for example, say I get 100,000 visitors a month to my blog. I fire a pop-up on that. I have a 1% conversion rate where 1% of people are subscribing to a newsletter. When that action happens, I might have a drip email marketing campaign associated with that, meaning I'm going to have an automated sequence of emails that goes out to those people who signed up for the blog post. That might look something like this. Hey, thank you so much for signing up. I'm so happy to have you. Here's an awesome guide that I made on how to get started with digital marketing. What happens then is that person clicks on that, I generate more traffic to the website. A week later, I send another email. This is the most advanced guide out there for doing a social media audit and making sure that your social media is really in the right place. Now I'm generating more traffic back to my website. So I continue a sequence like that, and that's going to be really, really helpful just for continuing to get somebody's mind share. Next time they're thinking about needing an agency or whatever you sell, you're going to be top of mind, right? So that type of drip campaign can be great. On the other end of the spectrum, perhaps somebody fills out a lead form on the website. If I have a sequence of educational materials that hits them, that's perfectly crafted within the first week, the second week, and then sends them educational materials throughout the course of a year, that's going to have a big impact, because at some point a salesperson might lose interest, they're working on other things, they've gotten too busy, but they get that drip email, they get that education, they think to themselves, oh, that actually was a great company, I should reach back out to them. I still have that person's email address. So it makes it so that this automation is always helping the business. So those are a few ways that you can use a drip email marketing campaign. But in addition to that, people do it for things like perhaps you have a new employee. You want to make sure that that employee is staying on task. If you have a timeline for how you deliver things at the office and what they should be doing, you could have a drip email marketing campaign go out to them so that they continue to stay on task. So drip email marketing campaigns, really big. You see them with a lot of SaaS companies, software as service companies. You see them with a lot of B2B lead generation companies. In some cases, you even see it with e-commerce sites. An e-commerce site, somebody might buy a product and then they have a drip email marketing campaign that recommends similar products to them within that same category at a discount over the period of a year or less. So that can be something where you set it, you forget it, and it's making money for you while you sleep, and that's what everybody wants. Okay, so now let's run through a couple examples. So the first one would be a drip email marketing campaign to welcome new customers or new subscribers. So in that case, you can set up an automated sequence that's going to welcome those people to whatever program that you have. Another example could be onboarding. Say you got in a new client or you got somebody to sign up for your subscription service. During that period when they sign up, you can make sure that they're getting educational information that's going to make it so that they understand either how to use your product or what to expect, set clear expectations, and make a more seamless customer experience. Another option, and a really popular one, is an abandoned cart drip email marketing campaign. So say you run an e-commerce site or a lead gen site, somebody goes through your checkout process, but they don't fill out that final step. Well, what a lot of people will do, they'll have that set a trigger. They know that they didn't complete that final step. That activates a drip email marketing campaign that's going to continue to send that person emails, softly nudging them to come back in some cases, or offering them a discount or further incentive them so that they can complete that process. I will tell you, I had a really big client that we did this for, and when they had the abandoned cart drip email marketing campaign put in place, it had a huge impact on their bottom line. About 10% of those people who abandoned actually came back and signed up, and with the volume that they were doing, it was significant. And I think that number potentially could have even been a little bit higher with certain tweaks. Okay, another option is a promotional drip email marketing campaign. So if somebody has bought one thing, you can send them promotional things that are similar based off of the qualities that are the same inside of the database. So promotional drip email marketing campaigns are definitely something that you can do. Okay, number 5, webinar and event drip email marketing campaign. So say that I'm running an ad and you sign up for my webinar that the ad is advertising, and you come in. I might have a drip email marketing campaign letting you know when it's getting closer and closer to date for the webinar. But in addition to that, I might have something that says, you're attending this webinar, make sure to invite all your friends. And when I send that messaging, if just 10 or 20% of people do that and invite 4 or 5 friends, that's going to exponentially grow the amount of people that come to my webinar. So that's a very powerful way to utilize a drip email marketing campaign to grow your audience around a webinar. So how do you start a drip email marketing campaign? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is pick a software. There's a lot out there, and a couple examples would be Drip, HubSpot, MailChimp. MailChimp is one that a lot of people say, oh, that's just a really basic software, but they actually have a really good drip email marketing campaign automation ability that a lot of people don't know. Those other two are also great. So pick a great software, something that you really like, and that you can understand and use it. MailChimp is very easy. Some of those other ones are a little bit more complicated, but they're usually used by the larger companies. So how do you measure the success of your drip email marketing campaign? Well, it comes to how many people are actually opening up the email and then clicking through the email in each sequence. That would be something you would look at. How many unsubscribes are you getting? And how many people are coming through and actually turning into revenue? So those are the type of metrics you're going to be looking at. You're going to be looking at that for each step inside of the campaign. When do they fall off? How many people are unsubscribing through the sequence? And then who's kind of finally going through that funnel and hitting the end goal that you've created for the campaign? So look at open rates, look at click-through rates, look at unsubscribes, look at leads generated and overall ROI. So that's it for drip email marketing campaigns. I highly recommend you do that. One thing that I see is there's a lot of hesitation around them. People think, oh, well, that's what my sales team does, or people think that's what my employees do. That's what they're paid for, to follow up. But what I like about them is it standardizes the process. It makes it so that if somebody's not doing what they should be doing, or maybe they get too busy, or they've just got something going on, right? This campaign keeps running, and it's going to make it so that the things are always moving forward, right? Whether you're awake or whether you're asleep, these things are taking place. And in many cases, a drip campaign can send you and have a big result, just as a result of being running. Now, one thing to watch out for, I would say, is be careful how you set it up, because you don't want it to conflict with things that you're doing manually. So if it's set out and it's saying something like, hey, how you doing? I just want to know if you want to use our services or something like that. And then a sales rep also reaches out and is from like the same name. You can kind of get into some trouble, right? So it's good to set it up in a way so that the customer even maybe knows that it's automated in some ways, but they still appreciate it, and it still makes them think of you. So that's it for drip campaigns today. I hope you learned something. Make sure to like and to comment if you have any questions, and I can't wait to see you for the next Ignite Visibility University. Have an awesome day.